you are not clearing the foundation level of CA, you've struggled for 5-6 years, why you want to do CA, what should you do struggling with CA? If you want to study accountancy and finance in India, the Indian CA is always going to be the number one option. So if you are not clearing the foundation level or the IPCC or the final CA level or any group, I understand your struggle. The decision of whether you should shift or not depends on a lot of factors, like what's the reason you took up CA, right? Is it because your dad has a CA firm? Do you want to get into practicing, or do you want to eventually get into practicing? Do you have a specific goal in mind that the CA qualification will get you to? If there are clear points like that, please continue. There are other reasons why people leave it, right? One is that worst trap is the more time you spend on it, the more you feel you don't want to leave it. And that's exactly the opposite, right? If you've tried 2 attempts, right, which is a year of your life, and you've not cleared, from your peers, your friends clearing the exam and hurting your ego, you really entered the CA world with the intention that you will clear it, and you sort of took the hits of the last 2 failures. And you already, if you're at the final CA level, you've already done 3 years of articleship, you've struggled for 5-6 years. People don't want to leave it. I completely get it, guys, but that's actually the right time to jump out. If the first few points of the why you want to do CA is the reason of why you want to do CA, if it's emotional, right, then you should come out of it. If it's practical, right, it gets you somewhere logically, you can stick to it. So for all of y'all who are not able to clear it, unfortunately, and are deciding to give it one last chance, please ask yourself what's the reason, and be very self-aware that if it's an emotional issue, try and take a gamble on other qualifications which will have almost the same value, if not the exact same, but your probability of clearing it is much higher. You're much more certain. Start with the list. Obviously, the first few options are the ones which I am completely familiar with and what we do 24/7 at Zell, right? So the first option, of course, is ACCA. ACCA is because it's very similar to CA in multiple ways. The curriculum is almost the same with the subjects. Individual exams are quite similar. It's global in nature, including India, so that's there. A lot of the curriculum overlaps, and the best aspect is if you've completed any exams of IPCC or final CA, you get relevant exemptions in ACCA, so you don't start ACCA from scratch. The cost is not too high. The time taken for you will be definitely not more than a year if you've at least reached IPCC level. ACCA, and we have a lot. We have at least, I think, 25 to 30% of our candidates giving ACCA who've not cleared CA. There are those who say that, okay, I'll finish ACCA, and then once my career is on track, I'll then continue attempting CA, because for whatever reason you want to still always clear CA. But at least your career is moving ahead, So that's my first suggestion. Second would be CPA. Now CPA US, right? So there are CPA for Canada, there's CPA for Australia, there's CPA for Singapore. CPA basically in other countries is the same as CA in India, but it's country to country, right? ACCA is global. Now CPA of US is US, right? It has its own power. So CPA is also great. You can finish it in the same amount of time that you can take ACCA. You can finish it in a year. There are only 4 exams that you need to give. It has recognition and value across the world, including India again. Only thing is there is some eligibility criteria and it's a little more expensive. But if that's not the concern for you, then between ACCA and CPA, I would say go for either, or both are amazing. And of course, you can reach out to us for any form of counseling that you require between the two. Next is CMA US. So there is also CMA India, right, which is cost accounting. Now, cost accounting I would not recommend for those who are struggling with CA because the time required is the same. CMA US, on the other hand, is something you can again finish in 6 to 9 months, literally. Become specialized in cost accounting or management accounting if you like that aspect in your CA study. Because, for example, me personally, I liked management accounting more. I like the decisions that I can take in an organization financially, which is what management accounting or costing or performance management is all about, versus the external statutory bit of auditing or taxation or reporting. So if you're like that, CMA is awesome. It gives you immense value and especially in India in the last, I think 3 to 5 years, it's really picked up. So CMA is another amazing option. Option number 4 is CFA. CFA is if you like finance, of course. It does, CFA is 3 levels. The first level covers a lot of accounting, but beyond that, it's all about finance. So if you're a finance person, CFA, you can finish the entire 3 levels in 18 months. Even if you just clear level 1, you can at least start moving with your career. So again, it might be a good option to take a pause from CA. It's going to be easier for you to clear CFA because if you've gone through the grind of CA, almost any other qualification is going to be relatively easier. So that's why and when you should take up CFA. If you like accounting, right? Option number 5 is if you like accounting in C, you like reporting. Diploma in IFRS by again ACCA is all about international accounting standards, which is now adopted with Indian accounting standards called Ind AS. 95% overlap. So it doesn't matter, right? But here you'll have a diploma from a global body. It takes you 3 to 6 months to clear the exam. It's one single paper. For a CA, it's a breeze, right? There are lots of waivers for you guys. Again, you can reach out and we'll help you with all of that. But IFRS is one diploma paper that gets you to at least get somewhere in your career while you start going up your career trajectory and simultaneously keep studying whether CA or anything else in the background. Next is people do ask me a lot about internal auditing. So there is a CIA course, right? It's a specialization in internal audit. I don't know how many of you guys who are having a tough time in CA understand internal audit, but either if you studied it or you know somebody or you've worked in articleship in internal audit and you like it, CIA is a good program for you guys. Next is FRM, Financial Risk Management. Again, decent qualifications, short, easy to manage for CA students, but it's all about financial risk. So it's a niche in a niche. US based, so you have a lot of validation for it across the world. But please do only FRM if you are sure you like the curriculum. So as a CA aspirant, when you go through the curriculum on their official website, it should be relatively clear to you what it's about and then make a decision. With respect to Indian courses, people take up CS or as I already explained, cost accounting. Yeah, it's not in the same lines as CA, so I would not recommend these kind of courses. Either stick to CA or take any of these options which are giving you the same kind of, at least it's putting you in the same realm of the CA universe. Even though some of these qualifications might be last but not the least, you guys have a lot of short courses on accounting and finance. If you just have to build your skill set, you can find multiple of these online. And a lot of universities, we're getting a lot of options to help our students pick up masters in finance, MBA in subjects like fintech. These are also good options that are coming up now. There is value. Of course, it's not as prevalent as a CA qualification. That's never going to go. Any recognized body like this is never going to go away. But maybe for some people who have no backup in life, they should follow the safer route. If you have some qualification or some form of backup already, you can take up something relatively new, but because it might pay off in a very high way or it might have no value. So that's an option which I leave up to you based on our situation. So these are the options if you're having a tough time with CA. Again, please watch the other videos of ours for more details. And if, as always, any other question you guys have, please leave it in the comments. We'll be happy to answer it all. Thank you.